Hey guys, it's Andrew with the Avalon Legacy, and today I'm finally making a video of my graded card collection, which it's not that big. I actually just got into graded cards somewhat recently. It was actually because of my Mew collection. I was looking for a very specific version of a Mew card. I'll show it in a second because it's the first one I ever bought. And it kind of spiraled after that. I just got more into grading, and I was like, I set some goals for myself, like I haven't graded any cards myself. They're all cards I bought on the secondary market. I'm hoping to grade. I have a good stack of cards that I want to grade, that I just haven't gotten to do yet, mostly due to money, but we'll get to that eventually. So I have very specific goals. So I want one graded card of each type of shiny in Japanese. So original shinings, gold stars, diamond and pearl shinings, etc. I'll show you the ones I have, obviously. And then my secondary goal is to get one Japanese graded card of each of my top 25 favorite Pokemon. Obviously that changes over time. New Pokemon come out, blah, blah, blah. But, if they were in my top 25 at some point, they were a card I wouldn't mind having graded. So that's kind of that's my secondary goal. But my main goal is definitely the shiny Pokemon, just one of each type of shiny in Japanese. So most of my graded cards are Japanese because I just feel like they look better graded. I don't know why. English cards, I mostly prefer to have English cards just in a binder or, whatever. So I have very few English graded cards, but they're mostly Japanese. So we'll get into it. The first one is this Ancient Mew, CGC 8. So the reason I bought this is because at the time, this was the only Ancient Mew that I was missing, and this is the rarest version of Ancient Mew. This is the, it says on label, version 1 corrected. So it's the first version of Ancient Mew with this holo from the Japanese second movie. And it says it's the corrected version, so it says Nintendo, because the first print said Nintendo, or Nintendo, however you want to say it. So the print for this one was very short, because then they switched to the Cosmos Galaxy foil shortly after. So that was version 2 in Japanese, and that was the last Japanese version. So there's 3 Japanese versions of the original Ancient Mew, and then there's the 2019 print, obviously. And then English has just the one version. So that's the reason I bought this. I got this for, it was I think $175, if I remember right. At the time, people still have a hard time differentiating the different, the Ancient Mew versions. So a lot of people were listing them wrong. They were saying it was the version 1 corrected version, but it clearly was the version 2 Japanese version, because it had the Galaxy. But this one has the glitter, and it has the Nintendo. So anyway, that's the reason I bought this. And then I was like, whoa, graded cards are actually really cool. So I just kind of continued after that. So this is, CGC is changing their labels, and I do not like them at all. I really liked this label. They were actually my favorite label of any grading company. Now I'm going to do PSA and nothing else, because my boy, Pokemon TCG Cheese, Cool Trainer Cheese, he does a middleman service with PSA. So, and I always like PSA's labels. It's just CGC was my favorite, and then they changed it. So now I'm like, okay, that's fine. Just won't use CGC. So anyway, next one, we'll go into the shinings that I have so far, or the shinies. So obviously, gotta have my favorite card of all time. This is a PSA 7. So I bought this 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago now, in August of 2021, when I was on vacation in Virginia. I saw a bid on eBay. I think I paid, what was it, $282 with shipping, of course. But, at the time it wasn't the best deal, but now these are starting to get, increased a little bit. I mean, it was actually lower. I paid lower than market price at the time, even for a 7 of this. So the reason I wanted a 7 was because 7's my favorite number, and this is my favorite card of all time. So I think eventually I I want to try and get one of each grade of it, like 1 through 10. I definitely want at least a 10 at some point, just to have it. But I'm glad I have this one for now, because it's my favorite card of all time. And I never get tired of it. I can just look at it for hours. Like, yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, it's in my icon here and Instagram, so, and Twitter. Yep, and I like the cert number too, the 444. I like that. That's fun. I'm just gonna put them over here. Okay, and then the next shining I have is, or shiny, the Melodic from Beat of the Frontier. It is first edition. Also a 7. I don't have any grades lower than a 7. That's definitely my cutoff, my personal cutoff. I want 7s or higher. So this I bought from Excalibur_TCG on Instagram. It was, what did I pay? I think he originally had it listed for 100, but I think he put it down to 90, if I remember right. You know, Diamond and Pearl Shinies, they're obviously much rarer, and they have a famous printing issue. It's the same thing with the reprints in the Diamond and Pearl era. In Japanese, they have, like, the corner whitening on the front is always, like, horrible. But this is my favorite Diamond and Pearl Shiny. I bought this last year? Yeah, 2022 in February. I bought it as like a birthday present to myself. So, and it has that galaxy foil across it. It's not like the English where they're reverse hollow. I like that much better than the English. All right, and then I'm just gonna put these up here because, yeah, they were sliding. I have this Genesect from the EX Battle Boost campaign packs, promo packs. So this is for, you know, the black and white shinies. They started, you know, I still need, like, I have the Hydreigon shiny from Psycho Drive. I gotta get that graded. I have it, you know, raw, but I gotta get it graded for that. And then I need a gold, I want a gold Sigilif or a gold Dusknoir shiny. And then I'll have all 3 types of black and white shinies after that. I think those are the only ones. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, one of each kind, one of each type of shiny. That's really cool. I really like this art. And it's sick. So, that's a CGC 9 in case I didn't say that. And then I have a PSA 9 Rayquaza EX. So this is one of the reasons I'm not the biggest fan of PSA is that sometimes they just don't put the full thing. This was from the Emerald Break Get packs. They were promo packs. But it just says promo. It's like, whatever. But this is, you know, one type of shiny in the X and Y era. So they had a bunch. They had these regular EXs, then they had the Mega EXs, then they had the Mega Full Art EXs. Of course, that was only like for Rayquaza and Gyarados. They did Megas of for the shinies. Oh, and Gengar. Oh, and Gardevoir. So there's a few different ones, but yeah. So they had the regular shiny EXs, then they had the Full Art shiny EXs, then they had the Mega shiny EXs, then they had the Full Art shiny EXs, then they had the Gold Secret Rare Alt Art Gyarados. So there was a lot in the XY era, so I'm gonna get all of them eventually, or all of them, one of each type. I gotta keep saying that. Oh, you know, this is a sick card, obviously. So glad to have that. And then in the Sun and Moon era, you know, there's a bunch of different shinies in that era too. But for the regular, just base shiny, I have this Expansion Pack 5 pack get campaign promo pack Tapu Koko. He's my favorite of the Tapus, so naturally. So I have the raw Tapu Koko GX shiny that I need to get graded, and I have the Savali GX full art from shiny GX Ultra shiny, and then I need a type null. I think that's it. I think that's all the Sun and Moon shinies. Yeah, so we're on our way. I have a list, you know, I have like a Google Doc with all the ones I need. So those are all the shinies I have so far, plus the Ancient Mew, of course. So now we'll go into my like top 25 favorite Pokemon. So I'll do all 3 of these at the same time. So I have this Gallade from Dream League in a PSA 10. I have a Gallade V from Dark Phantasma in a PSA 9. And then I have Gallade Hollow from Plasma Gale. So obviously Gallade's my favorite Pokemon, in case you didn't know. So this is, I'll go this way. This is my favorite Gallied card of all time. It's by my favorite artist, Kawaii. It's first edition, Gem Mint 10. Yeah, amazing. So for the longest time, there was only like pop 2 or 3 of these. And they were really expensive. I think there was like one listing on eBay for like $400, which is just insane to ask for that. But then someone recently graded these, as you can see by the high cert number. And I got this for, what did you think it was? $70, $80, something like that. So, I mean, it's my favorite Gallied card of all time. It is the original first printing of it from one of my favorite sets, Plasma Gale, Plasma Storm. That's one of my favorite sets of all time. So this is just, I'm so glad to have this. It's freaking so sick. And then we have the Gallied V from Dark Phantasma with Benny from Legends Arceus, the character super rare, character secret rare, whatever you want to call it. The texture on this is so sick. I actually have 2 copies of this because I have one for my Gallied collection that's raw, and then I have this. So this is a PSA 9, and it has 65999965. I really like that. And I got this for $15, which is awesome. I probably could have went for the 10, but the cert number convinced me to get this one instead. Obviously, the 10 was more expensive, but I really like this for those reasons. And then, of course, it's a Gallied. So I have both Gallied character rares, which is sick. And then this card, one of my top 10 favorite cards of all time, along with this Gallied. With Wally, one of my favorite Pokemon characters. He's like my 3rd favorite Pokemon character after N and Elisa. And he's with Gallied, my favorite Pokemon. And it's a Gem Mint 10 from Dream League, one of my favorite sets of all time. Probably my favorite, well, Versus, Pokemon Versus is probably my favorite Japanese exclusive set, but Dream League is a close second. So yeah, I love this card. It's just so perfect. Like, so there's all 3 of those. I'll probably use that for the thumbnail because it looks sick. Alright, so those are good. And some of these aren't in cases because I need to order more, and I keep putting that off. Because I need to order like an actual case to put my graded cards in. I just have not done that yet. Next is, so we're going into my like top 25 favorite Pokemon. Actually, that started with Gallied, so we're continuing that. So Lunala is a PSA 9 of the GX Battle Boost Gold Ultra Rare. Which, another thing, PSA, like, this should not say FA, this should say UR or Gold Secret Rare or something. Like, it's not a typical full art, it's an Ultra Rare. It's a gold card. In Japanese, it's Ultra Rares. Gold cards are Ultra Rares. But yeah, Lunala is my favorite legendary game mascot. So, and this was its first gold card. And gold cards were originally only made for game mascots. So, you know, Reshiram and Zekrom were the first ones. And then they made Lunala, Solgaleo. Then they did Ultra Necrozma, who is technically the mascot of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I'm surprised they didn't do Dawn Wings and Duskwing gold. But then after that, they started making gold cards, you know, willy-nilly. So, so it's just very fitting that I have this for Lunala. And the texture is sick, naturally. Yeah. And, you know, GX Battle Boost is one of the, like, rarest Japanese sets now because of the Lily. Full art from Ultra Prism was originally from this set, so, like, packs of this are super expensive. You know, most of the cards from it are not that expensive except the Lily and Lucamine, but, you know, just glad to have that. And then this, for Pichu, so this is my first English card, right? Yeah, I only have 3 English cards in here. So I got this from my good friend, freaking Chansey, not Chansey. Well, yeah, she goes by that, but Sirius Star Collection. I bought it from her for, I want to say, like, I think it was like $125. It's a PSA 9 Pichu Black Star Promo. This is one of my favorite Pichu cards. Probably my second favorite Pichu card. Wow, now I can't even think of what my first favorite is, but I love this one because he's like, it's like he's in the ruins of Alph, and I always liked it because I was like obsessed with Machu Picchu when I was younger. I still kind of am. I want to go there someday. So like, kind of reminded me, you know, like Machu Picchu, you know. So I really like this card, and it's, you know, it's reverse foil. Oh, and it's in Japanese. It's from the Neo 2 special file, and that's one of my favorite like Pokemon card products of all time. So It's very fitting that I have this. God, I can't think of what my, like, actual favorite Pichu card is. I mean, I really like the Neo Genesis one, obviously, but it was the first Pichu they ever made, so naturally I like it. But Pichu is my favorite baby Pokemon. I love him so much. I have a life-size plushie of him that I might have shown before. Yeah, that's all I can say about him. I'm trying to remember my favorite Pichu card. I really like the new one they made, the Mischievous Pichu promo that, you know, we didn't get in English, but, you know, it's the first Pichu card in, like, 11 years or whatever. Okay, and then we have this beautiful Typhlosion V. It is just a regular V, but I like this art better than the full art and the V-Star because it's actually, like, hand-drawn. It's by Shin Nagasawa. And he just, like, it just looks so good. I love the pose, the expression, like, the flames around him. Like, he illustrated all 3 of the Hisuian starters of the regular Vs. And it's a perfect 10. So this is my only perfect 10. I'm glad I have it before they change the labels because, like, this isn't a thing anymore because they got rid of subgrades. Anyway, I got this from Marcuccio Collects. I think I'm saying that right. I bought it from him for like $185, I believe it was. And just, you know, it seems like such a random card, obviously, but it is Pop 1. Last I checked. I might have to check that after this, but should have checked before. But Typhlosion is my favorite final evolution of a starter. He has been since Gen 2. I love him. And when he got a Hisuian form, I was just, like, I was so happy. I love him so much. So, yeah. Just glad to have this. Because this is probably my favorite Typhlosion card. Just because the art is so good. Yeah. So there's that. And it's a perfect 10, which is awesome. So these next two, I originally wasn't going to collect these, but now I have them. So I have Grookey on the ball and Scorbunny on the ball. The futsal promos from the UK. Or Europe, just in general, I guess. So I originally just bought the Scorbunny because he was my favorite starter at the time. Now it's Sprigatito. I still love him, though. So I got this because Scorbunny is one of my favorite Pokemon. So I was like, yeah, I'll get this. And then I was like, ooh, I should just get all 3 of them because I have the Gen 3 starters in the Kids WB promos from the Poké Card Creator Pack. So I want to get those graded and then get these 3 to, like, complement that, you know, special versions of those starters from those generations, you know. They're very, like, special one-off cards, you know. So I need the Sobble. He's the most expensive in a 9 for some reason. So I'm just waiting for the right time to buy him. But I have these 2, so. Yeah. And I don't even like sports, but I like those cards. All right, and then next, this is like the miscellaneous section. But this is one of my favorite cards. I have a Birthday Pikachu, or Owner's Pikachu, whatever you want to call it, 25th anniversary, Japanese, PSA 9. So these were really cheap for a long time, and I just randomly saw they were getting, like, stupid expensive suddenly, because Japan only did, like, 1 print run of them, maybe 2. Don't quote me on that. But they were very short printed, is what I'm trying to say. So, like, you know, at first people were, you know, when they were opening celebrations, we had it in English, you know, people didn't care as much. And then they just started getting more scarce. So this is one of the most expensive ones, along with, like, you know, the Charizard and blah, blah, blah. Umbreon Star is getting pretty expensive, so is, I think, Shining Magikarp, which I have both of those, thank God. I need to get them graded still. But anyway, I bought this after I made a post on Instagram on my birthday of, was it this year? It was either this, yeah, it was this year. I made a post about the Birthday Pikachu. I had the White Star, the World Collection English promo, and then the Celebrations version. I was like, oh, I want to get all of them eventually. So I was like, oh, I searched this, like, right after I made that post, and it was good. It was getting pretty expensive, and I'm like, oh crap. So I just bought it. I'm not sure how much it is now, but the texture is just so much better in Japanese, naturally. It's hard to see it. The hollow is very overpowering. It's much easier to see in person. But they just look so good in Japanese. They have the hollow borders. They have the better 25th anniversary stamp. So they just look so much better. So yeah, I'm glad to have that. I'm gonna get the Umbreon and the Magikarp graded as well for the shiny collection. I have the Team Rocket also, but I don't think I'm gonna get that graded. And that's all I kind of want the Blastoise too, but I'm not gonna push it too much. Okay, and then the last two are trainer related. So first I have the Clefairy Full Art, which was a Dream League booster box promo. When you bought a Dream League booster box, you got this. So you think they would be all over the place, but the scarcity has gone way up in recent times because of the explosion of Lily's popularity. Even though she was already super popular, she just got even more popular. So I bought this. I was meaning to buy this for so long, and I bought this for $180. Early last year, middle of last year. It was last year, and now they're stupid expensive. Now PSA 10s are selling for like $1,500 or something, and PSA 9s are selling. You know, they're all selling. Like, people want this card, and I just love it because it's Lily. I love Lily since the beginning. Like, I am the Lily hipster. I loved her since Sun and Moon, since the 2016. Like, people were sleeping on Sun and Moon for so long. I just don't understand what their problem was. Yeah, so this card is freaking sick. I don't understand why we didn't get it in Cosmic Eclipse or even as like a random box promo. They just didn't bring it over, and that's another reason for its popularity and scarcity, is because it was just Japanese exclusive, like a lot of other cards. So yeah, just very glad to have that, naturally. And then the next card is kind of related because it is also Sun and Moon. So this is the reason I wanted to make this video, because I bought this earlier this month and I wanted to make a video of it because I just want to talk about it more. I have the Guzma Pristine 10 from the Chinese Dreams Come True Set B set, which is a secret rare, 201 out of 200. And this is significant because in Japan, this was previously Japanese exclusive along with Lily and Acerola. They came out in the Extra Battle Day 2019 or 2020. I think it was early 2020. No. Yeah, so I think this might be mislabeled, by the way, because this set in Chinese didn't come out until last year, I think. But they put it as 2019 because that's when it originally came out in Japanese. I think that's why they did that. But then, so those were Japanese exclusive. But then in Chinese, this is traditional Chinese. So they started coming out with Pokemon sets in that region. And they put the Acerola, Lily, and Guzma, and Cynthia from Shining Fates. Hidden Fates, sorry. They put those in the set as secret rares. So you can get them in packs now. So I got this on eBay. There was only like 2 listings up at the time. And it was bidding, actually. And someone was outbidding me, and then they just like stopped, and I won it. And I was freaking out because I would have went even higher. But I got it for, I think it ended at like $202 or something. Yeah, 202, 205, something like that. So that is this is my favorite of the 3. You know, most people go for Lily or Acerola because they're the waifus, you know. Lily's super popular. But Guzma is also one of my favorite Sun and Moon characters. Like, it's like a 4-way tie between Guzma, Lily, Lucamina, and Gladion. Like, it's so hard for me to decide who my favorite is because they're all so good. Sun and Moon, in my opinion, still has my favorite characters and story in Pokemon, in all Pokemon games. So this is just really special to me. And I love the art. It's Hideki Ishikawa, who also, no, that's Sanosuke Sakuma. And it has the Galissapod graffiti and the Team Skull logo, and it's just so beautiful. Like, this was a holy grail for me, in Japanese. So it just, you know, having it in any capacity is just really special to me. So very glad to have those, and, you know, Sun and Moon. So yeah, those are all my graded cards. You know, I have a stack of graded cards I want to send away to PSA. I'll do that eventually when I have money and time to do that, because I have a ton of shinies I want to get graded and other random cards. So thanks for watching if you went through this whole 25 minutes of me rambling, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.